Hey guys, happy Monday. I hope y'all had an awesome weekend since I saw you last on Friday. So I wanted to pick up where we left off because on Friday we were talking about that there are problems that are too small and making you cuckoo. So the reason that you're going around sort of feeling meaningless or frustrated or whatever is because you're actually focusing on problems that are too small. And today we're taking that to the next level because, okay, great. So you're like, cool, Rose, I know that I'm focusing on all these shitty ass problems, but what should I be focusing on? So what would be the right problem to actually focus my time and energy on? And the truth is, there are no wrong problems to focus your energy on. Now, they could be too small for you and where you are in your consciousness in your life, which is why you're frustrated. But there are no actual wrong problems for you to go out and try to solve. I mean, right now our world is in crisis. So if you are a news watcher or you follow any kind of social media, we have all kinds of problems in this world, from social problems to climate problems. It's like, take your pick. The problems that we are facing as a species right now is limitless. So to put your mind at ease, there's nothing wrong to focus on. And I want to give you a story because you might be thinking, well, okay, if there's nothing wrong to focus on, then how do I narrow it down, or how do I know I'm going to have as much of an impact as I actually want to have? And there's a couple of ways of looking at this. Number one is the idea that everything is actually connected to everything else. So it's like this gigantic spider web of problems, so to speak. And wherever your mission lies, whatever you decide to actually kind of make your little mark and make your little ding, it's going to have a reverberation effect on all the other problems that everybody else is working on. So I'll give you an example of one of the first encounters of this that I had was when I was choosing a college. I actually went to Hampshire College in Massachusetts, and it's a very small liberal college. You pick your own direction. You pretty much create your own curriculum for 4 years based on what it is you want to do. And the woman who was interviewing me at the time and explaining this, she said, well, what are you interested in? And she gave me the example of another student who, sat where I had been years ago, and they said, my interest is horses. That's all I care about. Everything, my whole world is horses. I just love horses. So they were like, okay, we can create a whole curriculum around horses. And at first, like, how the hell do you create a 4-year college just around this like one very specific topic? And how do you get any kind of breadth of knowledge? And the thing is that once she started studying horses, she ended up studying biology, because she ended up studying all of the diseases that can affect them and how the body actually functions of the horses. She ended up studying geography, because she studied all of like where horses evolved and their patterns of where they roamed and how they got to the places in the globe where they are now. So my point is that anywhere that you focus on, if you go deep enough into that thing, you end up literally in everything. So it all starts with this idea of, what is it that you're actually interested in? I mean, it could literally be anything. You could be like, I don't know, knitting. All right, great, you're interested in knitting. Let's solve some problems around knitting. I'm sure you're going to run into problems with sourcing. Sourcing all of the yarn. Where does it come from? Then, of course, maybe you get into animal rights, and then you get into yada, yada. You get into human rights, who are doing the farms. And my point is, it goes on and on. It's about finding the thing you're most passionate about and interested in, and then going deep with that thing. And that's how you end up having this mission where you feel like it's hugely impactful, but it's also personally fulfilling. Because, there are a lot of us, let's say we're on the side of, we want to make a really big impact. And people go the course of, I don't know, they join some movement or whatever. And they're doing it because the movement itself is big. So they can have like a large impact if that's what they're looking for, but they end up at the end of that cycle often feeling some sort of personal loss. Like some sort of, well, yeah, I did a lot of good things for all of these people or this cause, but I kind of lost myself in the middle of it. And that's because they didn't go to the first step, which is what are you actually interested in? Because a lot of us think that what we're interested in is somehow egoic, it's somehow too small. It's like, well, I mean, I could follow my own passion, but there are so many bigger things over here that I could be having an impact on. So I want to dispel that myth, because what you're passionate about and what you're interested in is actually the window into which you go into a much larger mission. And we'll talk about what that looks like. Probably on Wednesday, I'll do this video. We'll talk about what it looks like when you're starting off and you finally say, okay, I'm passionate about these things. Where the hell do I go from here? How do I even start? Is it research? Is it, you know, do I switch careers? Is it entrepreneurship? And those are big questions that are really like 3 or 4 steps away from where you probably are now. So on Wednesday, I'll tell you more about that. But I just wanted to come back and say that, yeah, there are definitely problems that are too small. And most of us focus on very petty things in our lives, and we're not going after the bigger things that would actually bring us fulfillment and have that kind of impact on others that we really want to have as human beings. But I did want to address that there are no wrong problems for you to solve. So hope that was helpful. Please, if you liked it, if you found this insightful at all, go ahead and share it. Give me a thumbs up or a comment. And I always answer the comments in here, so I will get back to you. If you have a question around this, or you say, hey, you know, I'm actually really interested in this particular thing. How could I go about starting to think of it in terms of, oh, maybe this thing is actually more mission-driven than I imagine. All right, guys, I will see you on Wednesday. Hope you have a great Tuesday in the middle. Mwah! Love you. Bye for now.